Alright, hello, how are you all doing? Oh, what's happened to my camera? I'm all blurry. Probably a good thing sometimes. And video sound, game sound. Here we go. Come back, camera. Yeah, that's my hand. Focus on me back here. No, it'll figure things out. Come on. Deactivate it and reactivate it. It's actually working first time, which is not what it's been doing recently, is it? Let's have a look. Deactivate. Activate. Look at that. There we go. There's a sharp, crystal clear Arxie. How are you all doing? Good evening. How are we? Welcome along. Nice to have you here. I know I said I'm not a fan of the Vredo pack, but it would be remiss of me to have discounted it just based on what I've seen in fact sheets and things like that. So I thought we'd have a little bit of a play around with it, see how it actually goes. See if it's worth it. It looks actually quite good, I must admit. Having just added a couple of them here, I thought they actually look quite cool models. And they are actually a bit bigger than I thought, so maybe I've been a bit too quick to discount them, but anyhow, we'll give it a little bit of a whirl. And I thought we'd jump back on Willow River as well. I know there's a lot of people who are keen to get their hands on it. I did have a catch up with Hocks on the weekend, had a quick chat to him, and he's got a few bugs that he's still working out, and as soon as he's done that, he will be getting it out to the public. But that's why he doesn't like promising any release dates, which is, you know, fair enough too, and I know exactly how he feels. And he's had some other stuff going on too, so life just gets in the way of this sometimes, and you've got to prioritise things. So that's what he's been doing, and why we haven't had the map released yet. But rest assured, it is not too far away at all. But yeah, that's the plan for this evening. I'll show you where we are. We have parked ourselves over here, so we just got these two fields just south of the what's that? The Grain Corp sell point. So field 52's got some sorghum in it, so we might harvest that. And then 44 here had well, it had nothing in it. I just put bean stubble in it, so it had something in there to cultivate and chop out. So we'll give that a go, see how it all works out. Welcome along, Mike. Good morning to you, mate. Welcome. Good to have you here. Cheers, everyone. And in honour of being in Australia in game, we're drinking an Australian whiskey, which is the Starwood whiskey, which this little sucker looks like he wants to get a hand on too. We won't want that. No fruit flies into my drink. So cheers, everyone. Here's the Starwood Melbourne. Garrick, how you doing? Good to see you, Craig. Evening, mate. Welcome along. G'day, Bo. Good to see you. Hello, Cher. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. Good to have you. Aussie Dan. Evening, mate. Good to see you. I need to pay the window cleaner on time. I know. Does it make me seem any younger, Bo? And do I actually need to seem any younger? Come on, mate. Don't know if that's a necessity or not. Summer, how you doing? Good to see you. James, how do you stop boars eating grass and your crops? You go into your settings, down the bottom, under settings, and you'll find the Vredo pack, and you can turn those off. Probably that's a grassland will be damaged over time and will require seeding, so maybe that one, but this is the wildlife animals can cause damage to your crops. So you can turn that off if you want to stop them doing that. I haven't even seen any boars yet, and to be honest, I haven't even looked for them, so don't know what they're going to be like. Hello. Who else have we got in here? Garrick said g'day. Goes off to restart his laptop. Haven't bought it yet. I will eventually. I don't mind all the new stuff except for the boars. They do not sound like fun and will be disabled right off the bat. There you go. How's the new PC so far? Yeah, so I am. I'm running the new PC. So we recorded Kinley with FSG the other night, and so far, what are we sitting at? 62 frames per second, so I was at about 40 frames probably when we were on this the other day, so definitely seeing a boost in performance, which you'd expect. So far so good. I'm running at much higher settings than I was previously too, so hopefully, all going well, the game actually looks a whole lot sharper and a whole lot better than it used to previously, so yeah, and it's quieter. That's the other thing I've noticed. It's water cooled, the fans are running lower, slower, quieter, so hey Axelson, how you doing? Good to see you. Mrs. Prof, good evening. Mark, morning to you, mate. Welcome along. What? New PC? Yeah, so I've been keeping an eye on a new PC for a while, Garrick, and there was an end of financial year sale popped up last week with one of the ones I'd wanted, had a good chunk of money off it, so I bit the bullet and decided to get that. So we've got a, what have we got? We've got a Intel Ultra 7, the 20 core processor, and a 5070 graphics card. And it's water cooled, 32 gig of RAM, so I haven't got a huge amount of RAM, but so far so good. It's a bigger box, it's got much better ventilation on it than my old one, and yeah, so far so good. It's running really nicely. So it's taken me a while to get everything set up on it. It's amazing how many things you install on a computer and you think it's slowing it down and you waste of time, but as it turns out, you actually end up spending quite a bit of time on using some of those. So I'm still going through, still finding things and still getting it set up. So anyhow, enough chat. We'll get into things, because the other thing I've got, look at this. This is me being organised. I've got Lego already all set out here, and we're all ready to go. I've opened the very last bags. This is it. This is fact. There you go. These are all the pieces we've got left to go. There is not too much. Most of the grey there on the tray, most of that's for the header. A lot of the red, the header trailer. A lot of the red is for the reel, and all those bits there that I've got set up already for the reel too. So get into that. There we go. Saw your Facebook post and I'd like to thank you for helping. Oh, you're welcome, Share. No worries. Thank you, Mrs. Prof. Yeah, it was time. My other one was coming up 6 years this year, so I figured it was time. Plus the other bonuses is I've now got a spare PC I can throw out with my sim rig and actually do more racing on. So maybe we'll get back into doing some racing content. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Right. So Vredo pack. First things first. Let's jump into the store. So anyone who hasn't seen the Vredo pack yet, I haven't played with it. I haven't done anything with it. We've just looked at the fact sheets like a lot of other people. Now, what I was going to do, and I had thought this through, I was like, oh cool, I'll take on some fertilizing contracts and go put some slurry on it. Then I realised that pretty much all of these are injectors. They don't actually have just a slurry applicator. So it's an injector, 6 meters wide, 7.5 meter injector, 9 meter injector, 12 meter injector. That one is 18 meters wide, which I think is the biggest, and that's what we've got on. So all the Vredo ones, so 6, 7.5, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. And this is kind of where I get a little bit disappointed with this pack, because those are all the same, just wider. We've got a different brand with Evers, which is kind of nice. But this is a cultivator as well, so again, injects it. I don't know if these ones don't cultivate though, so that might be the difference between that one. Then we've got the 3 overseeders. So again, not much difference. 2.8, 2.8. What's the difference? Oh, that's just got a bigger hopper, 1,000 litres versus 290 litres, and a bit more weight. But other than that, not too much difference that I can see. And then this one here, which is a bit larger, 5.7 metres, but it's only 1,000 litres. So again, not much difference. And then the 3 different self-propelled slurry spreaders. So the first one here, 19,500 litre capacity. That's probably the biggest thing we want to look at. 40 k's on road and 20 k's in the field. All the same, 40 and 20 with 22,000 litres and 32,000 litres. So again, all pretty much the same. And this is where my bugbear is. We've basically got 6 bits of equipment, so half of the pack all do exactly the same thing. Bear in mind that this one might cultivate and this one's slurry injects. So 1 set of tools, 2 set of tools. There's really only 3 parts to this PC, as to this DLC. And that's the thing that really kind of grates me a little bit to make it a paid DLC pack. But I guess if you go back and look at them, I mean, Nexat, pretty similar, right? I suppose it gave a bit more variety. Probably even more so because it brought some different bits and pieces to it, different brands. Actually, that's a good point. I wonder. That's got different mounting points, so you can't even use any of those on this. But yeah, I don't know. Mercedes pack, what, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 different bits of equipment in there. Plains and Prairies, 5, 10, 15, 20, 21 pieces of equipment in there, all different brands, all different types of things. The Macdon pack was free, so to worry about Straw Harvest. So when you compare it to the other DLCs, I just feel like it's just that. Or even what Highlands Fishing, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, we won't count those, but 27 bits of equipment. So it just feels, at 12 pieces of equipment, just a little bit light for a full-blown DLC. But that was kind of my biggest feeling with it. How it was, but anyhow, we've got the 22,000 V, so that's the 22,000 litre version there. I'm not going to go through all the configuration things. They do have slightly different wheels on these two. This has just got standard. I think they were Michelin's. Oh, they were. Which ones were these? Trelleborgs. You can actually get dual skinnies on those, which is kind of cool. And that one we just went, I think, around in the light where we can actually see it better. Midas, but they were fat tyres, wide tyres, so a little bit different. Right, let's jump up in here first. 6-wheel steer on this one and 4-wheel steer, so they're quite manoeuvrable. And to make my life easier, I did just throw in a Slurry bipoint here, so let's get that in. And we'll go and get some Slurry deposited in the field and see how it all goes. Oh goodness, that's a bit slow, isn't it? Let's move this one out of the way. You know what we might do while we're doing this? Let's see. I reckon we can get a worker started on this field. Combine experience. Yeah, I'm unfolding. That's funny, you can turn the header on but not the machine on until it's unfolded. Alright, let's just pull this in here. Let's see how a worker's going to handle this. See if they'll even will handle it. Oh, that's the other funny thing is obviously because of 3 headlands on. Oh, well. Let's do 3 headlands on that direction with the headlands. Work them to go and we'll go and see what they get up to. Keep an eye on it as we're watching while we're working in this field. See how it all works. Old PC is a streaming machine. That was that thought that crossed my mind too, Garrett. I did wonder that. Holy moly, we're only half full. Goodness, I reckon I could finish this whiskey quicker than we can fill this thing up. Now I wonder, is that the slurry point that's slow filling? Or is it the speed that the Vredo fills at? It's normally defined by the... No, you can. I'm just trying to remember when I did the bulk buy pits, you can specify the litres per second, so it's done by the slurry buy point rather than the spreader. Okay. G'day Farmer Sim. Good to see you, mate. How you doing? Chinook, welcome along, buddy. Good to have you here. No, the injectors are exactly the same. So again, that's the other thing that, like if you go and have a look under your, where are we? Past it, Slurry tools. So that's a cultivating one. It's an injecting one. There's an injecting one. Oh, maybe there wasn't. We've had injecting ones before, but see, like these ones here, they just drip the slurry or digestate or whatever it is you've got going on. That just drips on the ground. The Samson one is a cultivator and kind of chops it up. And when you look at that, compare that one to say the Evers one, are pretty much exactly the same. Yeah, they've still got the cultivating discs, and then the injectors, they drop down. They drop down at the front here, next to the there you go, next to those discs. Whereas these ones, which is the injection ones, they just run a straight disc, so they don't actually cultivate the ground. So you can use it on grass fields, and you could probably actually put it on any field. And it wouldn't, but I mean, it wouldn't go into a crop and apply this, but you can inject it into the ground rather than anywhere else. Right, so this is the big beast. Let's get this unfolded. See how it goes. Unload point. Yeah, that's what I thought too, Mark. I was trying to remember. That's a rather big wide injector. It's quite neat, and yeah, you can see, there you go. You can see the straight discs. Jump out and have a look at it. So basically those wheels just create a slice so that then these little teeth and furrows on the back, so it opens the ground up, lets you inject it, but it doesn't actually turn the ground over. So I think when we're finished we should still have this texture here, green beans. In fact we can test that. Right, so let's have a look and see how this goes with a steering assist. on it. It's going to give us 2. It's fine. See how we go. No precision farming activated, so none of that working at the moment. There we go. That's turned on. Slow it down. Set up our cruise control. Press our start point. And there you go. It's quite fast. You can see the textures, the base colours changing there. But we're not getting a change of crop. So you could actually technically go and do this in any field, but certainly wouldn't be doing it into a crop after it's been planted, that's for sure. But it's good. Combine's 36% full already. You can see it working there on the other side of the field. You've got the K200, I've got one sitting over the back there as well. We went blue on that one. T408 Saudi safety and awesome trucks, even better they are wrong side drive trucks. I loved that Black Sheep livestock truck that FSG and I used on Kinley. I thought that was fantastic that they'd done it in such a way that it was able to be left or right hand drive. That was really clever. So chilling through the Slurry with this one. Nice speed, 18 kilometers. It did mark it was 20, so we're not doing 20 k's. But let's jump up in cab and have a look-see. Looks like the mirrors there are working. Oh, so we've got a camera there. Here we go. Look at that. So we'll get a little bit closer in on that. There you go. It's using the Mercedes-Benz DLC as well, so we can see behind us. Should be kind of handy for reversing, wouldn't it? Nice screens. I'm loving having a whole lot more RAM on the graphics card, and the lack of texture streaming. That's probably one of my pet hates with FS25 is the texture streaming, and must admit I'm enjoying having these nice crisp images. So Vredo's not actually new in FarmSim either. There was a Vredo in FS22. It was actually one Dazed enjoyed, and we ran on the multiplayer server we had. So certainly nothing new, but nice to see them. Good speed, yeah, it does sound good. Does sound good. G'day Hyper, how you doing? That up. Should have stayed in cab and had a look at the review. Use that when we get. We're not even going to get around the field, are we? Yeah. I mean, I could go through and look at all of them, but they're actually not going to be any different to this, are they? Apart from size, and thank goodness I went for the largest one, since it's got almost 50% more capacity, because the other one's only 22,000 litres. Although we are putting it on with the wide applicator, so if you had a narrower applicator you're going to get around further, but it becomes a bit of a trade-off. And bear in mind, precision farming is not going to be as bad as this. And we should just retreat now. Just trying to see if there was any way to put the pipe out. Let's fill that out. Go down and refill, see if we can actually get this pipe here on the front end maybe or not. You still use the Vredo pack and have it turned off to stop the balls eating grass and crops? Yeah, 100%. Yep, all that does is exactly the same, like all that setting does is exactly the same as disasters for like tornadoes or turning off field stones or periodic ploughing. All you're doing is disabling that feature, it's not actually stopping you from using it in the game. So yeah, 100% James. 100%. Of course, a nice little reminder there, if you are picking up the Vredo pack, I do have a link to be able to purchase it through. If you want to, it's nice empty, so that up, hold it's back up. Go over and have a look. So yeah, you can buy that through the Giant store using our code ArcTheGaming. Of course, if you decided that you wanted this one and thought maybe I'll get the DLC and get them both at the same time, or cover your bases for the future one, and you can get the Season 2 pass as well. which is the second DLC, which will be, I guess, Q2 sometime in May, maybe around March of May, June-ish. And then the map at the end of the year, which I reckon is going to be South America. Right, let's have a look. Bring this up. Unfold Slurry arm, so Z. So there we go. Unfold it. And once it's unfolded, you get some controls on it, so up and around. So if you had something like the, I don't know, the GEA, although that's got the overload, but Garant one's probably a good one. You could hook up into the back of there and actually simulate, not that it actually does anything, but you could move it around and get it so it's all hooked up and being used properly. In fact, I think they all have that sort of function. There you go, it's got a suction tube there. So does the Zun hammer, the small one. But that's only 15 cubes. That one's 21, so you actually need to use both of those. 36 cubes to fill this up, which is, what that was? 32,000 litres. So pretty chunky. Okay, right. The combine's going to be full, so 85%. It did make it the whole way around though, which is good. So, let's do this. I'm going to go find a challenge. I wasn't going to bring a grain cart down. As we go and grab it, so we've got one. Apparently there's a feed trough you can place near your fields to stop the balls doing damage, is there? Interesting, I'll have to have a look at that, but I did not heard that. Clintos, how you doing? Welcome along. Good time to get back into FS25 because it's becoming almost as good as FS22 was at the end. I reckon we're close to that peak farm sim. Alright, let's just unload this over into here. Let's have a look, because there's a feed trough. So it'll be under here. Where do you reckon it's under? Tools, maybe? Right. No. No. Was that something added in? Oh no, it's buildable field light, buildable. No, nothing added in with that. Others. Oh, here we go, feeding stations. Feeding stations are used to help foresters feed wild animals in winter, and in return foresters help you reduce crop damage. Interesting. So let's go and put one down here. You actually put anything up? Takes a bale. Okay. It's got hay, so it actually comes with 6,000 litres of hay in it, and then you can put it back up. Huh. Well, there you go. That was a little feature I wasn't expecting. Thanks for the shout on that, bro. Appreciated. Right, let's navigate our way. I can remember how to get there. Cross to. Let's have a look at the map actually. Make sure we go the right way, and then we're going to get into some Lego. Yeah, let's back out this way and straight across the road and down. Pretty easy to get to. So when is this map coming out? Good question. I can't tell you exactly when Hocks releases it. I spoke with him on the weekend and he's had a few things going on that has not allowed him to get the last little bugs ironed out. He had hoped to have been releasing it on the weekend just been, but yeah, those things got in the way, as life does, poses challenges. But he does want to get those fixed before it gets released. So a couple of multiplayer things I think he said they were. So in his time, I would imagine, but I'd love to say before the end of the month, but please don't quote me on that. I know he's pretty keen to get it out. We always try when I do videos for him to make sure my video's not so far advanced before the map being available that it's not, that it kind of loses traction. But from the number of views on the map, there's a lot of people keen and eager to see this, so keen and eager to see it out as well. I'll have a look in a second, Mark. We're playing Nulla Creeks. That was not by Hocks, that was by Aussie Modding Co-op. It's a slightly different group of map creators. They made the Aussie Nomads at the end of last FS22 as well. They were responsible for that one. Anyhow, Scott, kia ora to you, mate. Welcome along. Alright, here we are. Now, there's a lot of people in the video commented on the fact that the traffic, you can see that truck there is driving on the right-hand side of the left-hand side. Everywhere, that guy. Everywhere. Instead of being on the left-hand side of these dual carriageways, so... I know technically they're on the correct side of the road in terms of the correct lanes, but they should be on the left-hand side. You don't feed them, you bait them or shoot them. If you feed them, then you will have more to deal with next year. Exactly, that's a very good point on that one, Derek. Hey Lone Panther, how you doing? Didn't get the Season 2 pass yet because there's only 2 DLCs in a map, and I'm not sure if I want either DLC or the map. And I think that's the sensible decision. I did see someone use my code today to buy the Season Pass. They obviously decided the Vredo pack was worth it on its own, which is neat to see. Thank you to that person. But yeah, like you say, it's always a challenge. Obviously you save a little bit of money doing it through the Season Pass, but if you buy them individually, at least it's a smaller outlay at each instance, and you can choose whether you want to get them or not. Right, now injector is full again, so it's going to catch up to this combine. No collisions on that. Ooh, Joel, is the map on console? No, it is not on console. It's a 4x map, so much too large to play on PlayStation or Xbox. Do you think it will be a big map on the last DLC? No, it'll be a standard 2x map. Giants don't do big maps. It was explained to us at FarmCon a couple of years ago that obviously a 4x map is 4 times the size and 4 times the work. And the other issue is that at the moment the save game files that are created on console are just too large and take up too much space, so... The stage? No. Do I have any more recommendations for Aussie maps? I don't actually know if there is any other Aussie maps. Hopefully, is it Nelly Creek, which TJM's been making? I know he's getting closer to finishing that off for 22, and hopefully once he's got that finished for 22, he's going to bring it across to 25, and that could be a cool one. That's set in Western Australia. The road markings get you too, Scott. Map 6 looks just like Outback New South Wales. Nice, Mark 1. Pleased to hear that. Now we've got a Rocket Lab launch happening at 10:30 tonight, so I'm really keen to watch that. I might, I was thinking about streaming it, just putting it on the stream as well. I don't know if I'd get in trouble. The copywriters. I know there's obviously other content creators out there who specialise in this kind of stuff, who restream that kind of content. Maybe I'll give you the link and you can watch it with me, and I'll watch it at the same time. New production of bacon. It'll come, Bo. It'll come. It was not very Aussie. Sorry, Scott. What's that? Hey, Joy. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. How's Tricks? Dump that there. Let's come to this one. So what I might actually do, I did put the 12 meter one on, yeah, the Profi 12, just the 12 meter one on that one. What we might do is actually do another pass around with this. and we will then we might put the cultivating one on and see how that works. And then we'll get into Lego. Oh, have they scrubbed it? Oh, I wondered if they might for winds. Right, bother. I'm assuming it's a wind thing, Mrs. Prof. Right, did I miss you writing that, or are you just coming with the bad news? Oh, well, there we go. It's from Mahia. Well, was going to be from Mahia. Yeah, very first launch for ESA, the European Space Agency. Right. Mark, you wanted to know about our giant engine was running 10% on CPU and yeah, no more than 10% on CPU. Using about 2300 megabytes of memory. And I compare that OBS while it's streaming is using 300 megabytes, so probably more efficient on the graphics card. Using the graphics card for rendering. So yeah, it's not too heavy at all. How did your cleanup go the other night, Joe? Get that done? Oh, GPU. Ah. Which one's GPU? Can I switch between? Is there a way to see it in Task Manager? I never actually looked for GPU load in Task Manager. Oh, it's scrubbed on next space flight. Okay, right click on header. Oh, there we go, GPU. Oops. And it caused me to crash. It's your fault, Mark. GPU is about 40%. OBS is about 17, so yeah, not even using half of my resource at the moment. Oh, my code auto-populated as active game. Missed that. That is certainly not correct. That's... Oh, I know why. Thank you, Garrick. I'll fix that. Nightbot's truncated my message. I got too much other garbage in there. Annoying when I tab out of the game that the sound goes. Is that Vredo? Edit it. Front part. See if that will fix it. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Certainly is not right. Alright, so there you go. That's Slurry injecting the Vredo. Pretty straightforward and simple. So the compiler's struggling there with the thing, so we are going to turn that one off. Right, well, let's just move this out of the way. Carry on. Oh, plus I might bring you over there. Top right corner. Correct, it will too. Actually, I don't think I've set it up here. I have, look, yeah, GPU at 44, 43, 44, CPU at 18. That must be overall, is it? Okay, so, let's do this now. We're going to very quickly go to Slurry Tools and buy the Evers Cultivator. At least that. Perfect. It's running the wrong way. Let's use a little bit of strength. The source. Only thing that needs some skippies in the background and magpies flying around. Would complete it, wouldn't it? Right. And while that's filling up, let's go and jump in down here. So, like I said, I've already got a little bit ahead of myself with getting some bits set up and ready to go. If you had the NG, I'm good, right? Yeah, just add the NG on it, Garrick. Thank you, mate, much appreciated. This is at 75 to 80 on a 4X with ultra settings. 5070 Ti, interesting. I've got a lot of heavy mods in this as well, like script mods and stuff, running in the background, the moisture mod, mud mod. It's interesting. Man, this is slow. I need to play around. So, do you know what I did, Mark? I am so grateful. I've been planning on doing this ages ago. Having a fresh install of the game has made such a difference, I think, as well. So, I've had issues right since the game first released. Like, you know, I've done cinematics for years as part of my content. And since 22 came out, I have not been able to do a really slow soft pan. It's always been really fast and they felt accelerated. And I've actually said to Giant, so I was like, what have you changed? And Mr. Marcel was adamant that there was nothing. I was like, alright, but mine's definitely faster and it's not like it was on 22. So I've just persevered with it, but it's better. It's actually changed now. And I don't know whether that's, what's that combine doing? Stuck on a tree. Yeah, I don't know whether that was a... don't know what's caused that. Whether it's a fresh install or exactly what it is. You haven't completed the task. This is what I don't like with the new helpers either. How hard it is to get them in the right spot. Now they've driven there, they're going to go and... Goodness, we'll to it. They can go and do what they want. Right, let's listen. But yeah, now it's perfectly fine. It's good. HJR 17, welcome. Not sure, can't tell you. Hopefully soon. Yeah, like Scott said, Hocks has still got some things to do, and he said some other, oops, that's a hire a worker, let's put it on. Let's do an assist. Oh, we're getting some gulls. Even in the background. I love how they circle before they come in. This is the very latest version of Field Gulls. not going to get any here then. Coming in. So yeah, this is the only different one. This is the cultivator. So we're injecting slurry in. We should have a look at our map. Hopefully we're now getting 2 layers of fertilizer because this is the second application. Ah, no, we already had a layer. Obviously if we went and did it over here, we'd be getting a second application on. Right, catch you later, Mark. Good to see you, mate. Muchas gracias. Thank you, Gary. I appreciate it. So we'll just get close to being a silver partner. Giving up on the dream. Feels like a distant one. That's what I was going to get. I got some more things to build on the weekend. Did I say on Sunday one? Might have actually said on the stream. Anyhow, Summer, you said you saw me at the field days. You should have come up and said hello. You should just come up and said, hey, how you doing? No problem, Garrick. How's that? Is that better? Let me know, because some of these settings might have changed when I've built the new PC or set up things in the new PC. So please let me know. Girl, we're good. Volume is. That's better. Cool. The gulls are meant to come and land behind us. I'll show you. Let's have a look. Alright, interesting. They're over here. Well, they were spawning next to me and coming over. I'm actually going to have to send that to Oz. Let them know. But this is a mod that's coming out soon. It's in for testing called Field Gulls. Basically, you get gulls behind you when you're cultivating. But that's interesting. It's an interesting little bug. What's our time in the stream? 9:43, so about 50 minutes in. You wish they were crows. But yeah, they just go around behind you and that. Come in and land and do their thing and disappear. Oh, cool. Yeah, back to. What's this? Right. Anyhow, what do I think is the best DLC? Best DLC for the price? I'd either go for the Highlands Fishing because it adds a map, as well as a whole lot of equipment, or probably, and it depends what you want to do, but probably the Plains and Prairies is the other one in terms of value for money and what you get. There's a lot in there. But yeah, if you wanted a map, the Highlands Fishing one adds the map, it adds the fishing. But there's also a whole heap of equipment in there too. Onions is a new crop. But it is, as always, it's all personal preference, what you like and whatnot. Who knows, if enough people ask Oz for it, he might make a crow animation. I don't even know how he did the animations, to be honest. Oh, look at the length. Look at this. This sucker, 32 studs long. That is. It's huge. I don't think I've ever seen a piece like this. Now it needs to be 3.5 studs out the other side, which is going to be a bit hard to guess. We'll figure that out. Somewhere along the lines we turned off our guidance steering doing that. A bit of a funky row and our combines full. I know, we're alright. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Fix the code. It's in there correctly now for the DLC. down there. So 3.5. I'll grab that. 3.5 is from the red. That's about 4, so it needs to go back just a smidge. From there, it's still 4 more. That's probably about right. Thanks, Summer. Much appreciated. Welcome along. I appreciate you all being here. I hope you've had a good week thus far. We have had probably the best period of weather all summer, and it's now autumn here in New Zealand over the last probably 10 days now. But it's going to turn to custard. Well, it already is further north, and if you're up in the upper part of New Zealand, apparently it's not very pleasant up there at the moment, so hopefully we don't see any severe flooding or anything like that. It'd just be terrible. We're not meant to get too much of the weather, but it's going to rain, but not as bad as some of the other areas. So fingers crossed it's... Oops, it was meant to go on the different... I'll never pull it off. What am I mailmushing in a second, James? That effort of getting it in the right spot. God, make that mistake. It's a class dominator. I'm not going to grab the combine because we've built all of that. And it's just sitting over there, but it's quite big and awkward. This is obviously the reel for the header. So we've built the header, and now into the reel. I'm about halfway there, Dan. So a wee way away, and it's very hard at this time of the game cycle to advance it, just because obviously there's, the game is where the big money's in terms of the purchases and the way they factor all those things in. So I think if it's gonna happen, it'll happen at next game release, whenever that might be. Right, let's leave that there. Back into here. And keep going. Right, I've got that round the right way now. Now I put one of these on the outside. So sorry, James, I'll show you a photo in just a sec. In fact, if you go exclamation mark build, although is that link broken now? I think I've taken it off the website. But there's the photo of it on the instructions. So it's a Dominator 370 online. It's been fun so far. We've pretty much, we have built the whole thing on stream. Did a little bit with the remote controls. So it's a remote controlled combine. It drives, it has a moving header. What else does it have? You can raise and lower the header, turn the header on and off. You can open and close the hopper. It's all sorts of fun things like that. I don't think I've got this out far enough. That's still showing a little bit, sticking out. Adjust that bit. Do it now before it gets too hard. It's like making a beef kebab. Yeah, so it's from the link that Prof's just brought up, but I don't think they're selling it here anymore. There are some retailers selling it. I know FSG just there's somewhere in Edinburgh which was selling it, so he's just bought himself one over in Scotland. But I bought mine directly from the retailer, so it's not technically Lego. It's a imitation. which stems from Lego's patent expiring and opening up the ability to more closely replicate their bricks than has previously been possible. Right, so we've just fed all those on. Ooh, 24 and 18. Okay. Time to go around the trees. The quad track? No, I had to bring that in from the States. Summer. It was a little treat for myself. So this is the farming simulator quad track. They released near the end of last year, I think it was. Quite cool. Yeah, they weren't selling them in New Zealand. Unfortunate. I'm gonna have to do a little video at some stage of all my bits and pieces. Once the Lego's finished, I think I'll do a little video showing it to everyone. Alright, repetitiveness ensues. How many of these do I need? 3. Right, not 4, 3. No, I did not, James. I picked it up. Click and collect through our local PB Tech store. Windows won't let you install the DLC. It is blocked because files of this type from the internet are dangerous. No way to override it. Fantastic. Is there not an ability to... often when it does that, there's a read more or something like that, and it allows you to access it that way. Can't say I had that notification at all. That's frustrating though. Hocks replied on my Facebook post having issues getting it out on itch since it's over 1 gigabyte in size. Ah, bugger. Is that, has he just posted that? There you go. Might be out sooner than you know. I didn't realise it had a size limit issue. To go into Windows Security and turn off Smart App Control. Ah. Nice, nice. Let's have a look on Facebook, see what Hocks had to say. Hocks mentioned me in a comment. Heads up, Argsy, I'm trying to release on itch, but it's too large of a mod, limited to 1 gig, so I need to work on decreasing the size or find a workaround. If someone knows how, I want it to be a first party site, as Google Drive can't handle the traffic and itch seems to be the better site to host it. I'll get there. Ah, there you go. There we go, it is close. It's close to release. What other options there are? I don't know if I've got a traffic limit on my website. I'd host it on there. Oh, I wonder. I wonder if Modbarn. If Modbarn has a limit. A message. Yeah. Sorry, I'm multitasking now because I'm obviously keen as for you guys to get this into your hands too. It's Hocks, there he is. Keyboard over here. While we're doing that, we will go back to bigger camera for you all. Click into there. I managed to fix this last, I'm sure I've had it fixed where I can tab out and not lose sound. What I've done. Mod bar, FS, modding. Right, here we go. I'll give them that bit of info and see if that's of any use. Alright. So yeah, this is, I mean, do you know what's actually kind of cool with this? It's a pretty fast way to cultivate. 16 km per hour and you're cultivating and fertilizing at the same time. Is there any other... The discs would do that, wouldn't they? Something like disc harrow? Work at 18. So yeah, 17, 18 kilometers speed disc Mark II. Yeah, so those are kind of the only things that are comparable, but you're also getting fertilizer on at the same time with this, so interesting. Apparently there is a tool that can upload to itch that will allow 1 gig files called Butler. Ah. Okay. Right. Sorry, multitasking. This is the ultimate multitasking. I'm trying to help a mod get released. Build some Lego and talk to you guys and drive a tractor at the same time. How's that combine going? Combine's at 68%, so that's good. They're still boxing along. No, Kermit is no longer at Giants. He was made redundant at the end of last year. And Kermit is now doing, and I've been meaning to share this, he's doing a cool thing called Mystery Box. I think I've mentioned it before on stream. But basically it's a, for football fans, soccer fans, it's a mystery shirt, so you don't know what team shirt you're going to get, but you sign up and they'll send you out a mystery box of lesser known clubs, so it's not like you're going to get a Manchester United or Real Madrid or something like that. It's left field, small group, small clubs, so I think they had like the Fijian national shirt was in one recently, I think I saw. Things like that. They've had clubs from the Caribbean, those kind of things, so it's very cool. Worth checking out if you're a football fan. I've been meaning to order something from it because my boys would love that. Alright. Now when I turn it back on. Oh goodness. Sounds like someone I never went to typing class. Completely self-taught, Mike. Completely self-taught. And breathing. I'd love to say that comes naturally, but it doesn't. And our combine's stuck on that same tree again. This is where courseplay rules the roost, I think. Managing trees. Am I growing grass while cultivating? Nope. Mate, this isn't a cedar. I'm now just cultivating because I'm out of line though. Out of slurry. No. There you go. I think, I mean, I'm not doing this for any benefit. We're just doing this, so. That's actually a trick for, I'd get caught out doing that. I'd just be driving and wouldn't realise I'm out of slurry. And I don't know if there's any visual way to tell. I wonder if it changes the texture. Like at the moment we weren't actually really putting any on, but let's just cheat and do this really quickly. I'm gonna fill that up with slurry. No, we're not. $15,000 litres in. Yeah, no, we're not going to do that. Ah, because I was on the wrong tool. We were on the back tool. Let's try again. There we go. It's better. Let's go and do this where we haven't actually put any on and see if we get a different texture. That is darker, isn't it? Yeah, so it's darker. So if you were cultivating and you didn't need to put, and you needed to put fertilizer on, you'd notice it. I suppose you'd only be cultivating and fertilizing if you had to. How's the arm, Nismo? You're recovering? Get your truck back where you needed it to be, did you? Found some leftover wool from Stella's blanket, so it's going into the second one. Thank you, Sheer. That'd be awesome. Alright, let's go and rescue this combine, I think. Now that we've done this little test and figured that out. I'm guessing actually if I turn... Oops, not that button. That one there. Stop the slurry. Yeah, so there you go. You can see the different colour and the texture. So you would have a real good visual prompt. Be able to make sure you got the right crop in the right spot. All right, let's go and find the combine. What a mess. What a mess. So I wonder which way it was actually harvesting then. Oh, this one's for me. Nice, thank you, Shit. Very generous. Steering assist, 3 headlands, because we've done 3 headlands. And we are here at the moment, so yeah, it was. That was going on the direction it was meant to. Alright, let's have a look. Also GPS tracking removed due to active course in courseplay GPS. Ah, is that the warning I got last time? So do I have to clear that and get rid of that? Now do this that way. Aha, that solves the problem we had last time. Arm's good, but it's bloody itchy. I'm not surprised. Oh, funny. Chainsaw's the answer. Can fix many things with chainsaw. You're not allowed to just cut down trees in Australia. Garrick, you should know that. Permits and permission and laws and all sorts of things needed. Right. Let's get into some proper roads so I can carry on with my header. My reel, or my front for you Australians. Go. So now a grain cart's down the wrong end of the field too. Anyhow, doesn't. You should ask for forgiveness and it is to ask for permission. Hello, Mr. Poor Farmer Ben, how are you? Good to see you, mate. But the typical busy Wednesday morning. Stop pretending you're busy. Stop it. Just pretending, mate. Right, I feel like we're doing exactly the same as what we did before. All over again. Means 6 of those. 2, 4, 6 of those. 6 of these. Full. Go and get grain cart. Maybe I should have just left the worker working and I could have driven the grain cart. So far you love the Vredo pack. What about me? I like the mod. Don't get me wrong about that, James. My biggest issue with it is that I don't think it's worthy of being a standalone year 2, the first DLC for year 2, and justifying the cost against only having 2 DLCs and a map pack this year. So that's my, I'm not trying to be negative, but that's my feelings towards it. So the Vredo pack, yeah, nothing wrong with it. I think it's cool, particularly if you're someone who does a lot of animals or runs a BGA, so you can have a lot of Slurry or Digestate. I think it'd be great, but in terms of being something that gives value to money for people who want it, I don't think it's quite there. And this is me going off and working all on my own, thinking I know what I'm doing, and I've done completely the wrong thing. So now I'm going to have a look forward and see if I need to do that later on. Please tell me that's the last one. Okay, they can stay there and I can use those later on. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm actually going to be using these longer black ones. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, and 6 of those, and then 6 of those as well. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Use it as much as the next set pack, hardly ever. Yeah, I know what you mean, Bo. I'm probably the same. But then, to be fair, I haven't used much of the DLC at all. So, if it's much difference. Really. Alright, so we're full and the combine's still got some in it. Let's go and empty this out. DLC is installed, checked, and all good. Give it a look over the weekend. Nice, Garrick. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you for the support. Very generous. Welsh Sim Farmer, how you doing, mate? Good morning. Welcome along. Just go back on that screen for a little bit. Do need a lot of cows to make enough slurry. Or a big BGA with lots of silage in it to make the digestate. Yeah. I'm trying to think of a mod that's been released which I've used all the time. Precision farming is probably the closest to a I must use that mod. Otherwise, yeah, I can't think of one that's a must-have every time. Never ever brought a DLC, but the fishing does look interesting. And there you go, there's evidence as well. Mike can play the game and enjoy the game and not actually need the DLC to do it. Here's my K200. Alright, drop that in under there. If you remember from the last time, I had to go out here. Stand on the drawbar. Press X, open the cover, that can, well, that one's still got super strength on. It's interesting actually, because super strength's, what's super strength tied to X? Strange. Anyhow. Follow Me wasn't a DLC, James. I mean, I play with lots of mods, but it's the DLCs that I'm more referencing. Right. Stay unloading. Let's carry on. If anyone's wondering, that's the Combine Experience model. It's in that little having to turn the header and the augers on, and the front on separately. Very cool. I feel like this isn't actually on a road because it's. You know what? This is another thing I get caught out with. That was carrying on with the line around the edge of the tree, but it didn't actually tell you to quit it. See, it was going off on that yellow line. Still following it. I don't want it to follow that one. Time saving stock check. Yeah, that's a mod I use all the time. Sure. Okay. Did you finish your cake? Yeah, happy 1 year channel anniversary too. Welsh. Congrats, mate. That's a nice little milestone to tick off. You only do that once. And so, well done, mate. Rex of the Truck and Trailer private mods. Nope, they are out. The truck is from JFL Model. And I can't remember where exactly he released it, but you'll find it on his Facebook page. In fact, it's on my Facebook page because I shared a link for it. And the trailers are the same. They're from him as well. When you come up to a vehicle and that happens, you just throw it, you mean? I don't know what that was about. I have it happen in real life sometimes. You try and unhitch a trailer or do something on it and you just pick it up and throw it with the old heave-ho. Any wee bits? Only the problem. All the cake has been consumed. Nice. Nice. Yeah, awesome milestone, mate. Super happy for you. Very cool. Very, very cool. Right, what do we need? One more. Red wheel. No special bits on this one. I want to make sure I get that. Lined up, which is that one. Hey, no worries, mate. No worries. Ah, and then it carried on straight and didn't follow the change in direction. I can't win, can I? Oh. Cannot win. You know what I'm going to do? I think I should be able to go. Yeah, go. There we go. Solves that problem. Alright, so what have we just done? We've just done that, which now slides into here. Let's go. That's interesting, is it? Twisted. Nowhere does it tell you to make sure you keep those all lined up straight. It's annoying that it cuts off halfway in a corner. So my solution to that, Mike, is you download the Courseplay GPS plugin and you use Courseplay for the corners and GPS for the rest. So, I'm trying to figure out what way this is to go. I'm worried that there's a bit of a twist in this. No. It's let's push that on and see what happens. Well, we're checking out. Oops, I knew that was going to go too far, and now I have to try and push those back in together. Yeah, and now this is going to be another one of my pet peeves with this, is the way that some of this is done. Like on here, put on the full slide. Alright, here we go. I think that's winning. Slowly. Oh, right. Well, half a beater. We'll do some cake mixing with that, couldn't we? I was hoping to, Summer, but that's all I've managed to build in the hour and 20 minutes so far. So I don't think I am. I really want to. I really, really want to. Can't seem to find a cultivator that works with anhydrous. I'll send you a link. I think it's OS Farms modding. I think he has some on his page. Otherwise you have to wait. Custom modding are going to be doing some in a wee bit as well. I mean, that's what it looks like, isn't it? It looks a bit like an egg beater. What's my favourite map on PC, James? So far, Saxingham, I would have to say. There's been some good maps, but I've always been a big fan of Briscoe's maps, and I just think he gets some good recognition, but I think he does a really good job with them. And so far there's been lots of good maps. It's hard to find the new ones. That's what I don't like, is there's lots of good maps, but ones we've seen before, like Paligny was a great map, but it was a 22 map, so yeah. I mean, if I had to rate it, there's sort of this elite tier, and we could talk about map making tier list. You've got likes of Oxygen David, MA7, Edo Mod. I'm going to throw Briscoe, he'll hate me for it. I'm going to throw Briscoe in there. His aren't quite as detailed because he doesn't do much of his own custom stuff, but some of the maps he's made are fantastic. I don't know where I'm up to. What have I just done? I've just done that bit, okay. Up to that. So yeah, it's really hard to, I guess, pick a map that I think is fantastic, because there's been some good ones. Here you throw guys like No Creek Farms, who's doing some cool stuff in the US sphere, and you guys like the Gage Kentucky map. For a first time map, that was fantastic. Yeah, there's some things you probably learned from it, but that's the main thing though, right? Like Elk River's a cool little map. If you've ever played Elk Mountain and FS22, Elk River's fantastic too. I think it's hard to pick a favourite map because they're so regionally specific. And they're so diverse. Like picking your favourite country, right? You use a fair amount of anhydrous in your area of the world and try to play as I am home on the farm. Yeah, I'll drop me a DM, Mike, and I'll see if I remember to see if I can find it and send it to you. You can have a look. Alright, I need to turn around again. I'll finish that off though. So that is 3, that's 12, so that's half of those done, right? Oh, I'm one short actually, I need to make them 4. And I don't need, okay, I just need an extra one of these on the end. So that's now 2, 4, so 4 and 4, that's 16, so let's do 2 more of those. Chinese takeaway containers are the best things for Lego. It's so good for putting your pieces into and keeping them semi-separated or in some semblance of organisation. Alright, we will go and dump this out just before we move on. We're making the most of being parked over here. I kind of want to go for a hunt and find some boars. I haven't seen any boars yet. If there's a, I wonder if there's a a console command for it. Let's go. Oops, it's not that way. No. No, it's not. Well, there could be, but it's not as simple as I thought it might be. 2, 4, 5, so one more. Question for you. At the end of a series, you use law when moving from a map to another map. Law as in finding a reason why you're moving, and any rules for what you take with you. I haven't. Sometimes, I mean, I have occasionally, but it depends, but not really. I find if that's the case, then often you can kind of end up by the time you get to your 3rd or 4th map, you've either got heaps of money or heaps of equipment, and kind of the challenge is a little bit lost. But I suppose you could build it up from that. I am working on a transition from Gage, Kentucky, which is a little bit old now. But basically, I did have a story to end that map because I had some issues with one of the updates, which lost a lot of my progress on that. But yeah, no, I've not got into sort of detail around it. Balls are on PC too, not just console. Yep. Yeah, sorry, the console command I mean is I can enter some cheat codes to try and make things happen. I thought balls might have been in that console command. A slightly different language, but I know what you mean. Oops. Alright, so those are all done. Bang. This is getting a little bit quicker now that I know what I'm doing. Maybe we will get further through this than I thought. The other thing, I mean, I like the idea of it too, Baxter. Thing is, I don't want to get caught out where the law, if you were to do something like that, where that makes it hard for a new viewer, a new visitor to the channel to pick up what's going on because you're talking about a whole lot of things that have happened in the past. It makes no sense to them. Definitely an interesting idea, but I know some people who do it. 2, 4, 5, 6. Tree. I believe they are free to use anywhere, Baxter. I don't know whether they're going to have more equipment with them, but yeah, you can just go in and jump in them and drive them. So there's a way you can code in the vehicles XML on a map, code those kind of things to be available. For example, Kinley has one that has the forklift down at the docks, which is part of the map to be used. And that's an example of where Giants have done that to make it easier. Yeah, it is a cool idea. The careful thing with it is making sure it doesn't add too much to the performance of the map. I know some things affect map performance, so there we go. Steve the Farmer, thank you very much for that super chat. $5 Australian. You're very generous. Thank you, mate. Don't know why my notifications aren't working. Probably because I've rebuilt my PC and that's another thing that I haven't brought over properly, or my Lego overlay doesn't have alert boxes on it. Which looks to be more like that one. Oh no, alert boxes are there. I will have to have a look and see why that did not work. Potentially for abuse, maybe too. By players? Look, what's the best way to put it? You're right, they could just be used and abused by anyone, but at the end of the day, if you're playing on a solo game with yourself and no one else, and it's not, you do what you want. It's like people who use, you know, 1,000,000 litre capacities or 50km/h combines and things like that. You know, I pride myself on trying to play realistically as often as I can, but it's not always possible. But that's another way to look at it. Because you're only, yeah, you're only cheating yourself. That's what you're going to do. But I think it's a cool concept. I think it's a cool concept used in the right place at the right way. Had someone there say the other day, why do modders only use green equipment? And I always feel a little bit, not that it's a waste of time, but just talking about equipment on a map tour is kind of a, I think when I first started playing Farm Sim, I'm like, oh, I better use the stuff that the farmer gave me, or that I've inherited the farm with. Then I realised very quickly, it's like, well, actually I don't have to. It's, especially on PC, it's easy to, I like setting up a map and playing it a certain way. Alright. But if one is single player abuses those machines, then you're kidding myself. Exactly. You got it. That's what I'm meaning. I think if it was a multiplayer server, I'd take them off. Well, if it was a multi-farm multiplayer server, I'd take them off. If it was a multiplayer server where everyone has the same common goal, which is what our multiplayer server will be, then maybe I'll be a little more generous, but it might go against our server. Speaking of which, if the map is released today, next week we'll be playing this, but we'll be playing on the server. And at the moment our plan is to set it up as contractors, so you're just doing contracts to start off with, which will mean lots of opportunities to do things, because there's lots of fields, and there will be lots of contracts to go with all those fields, but potentially limit what you can and can't do. Have I put that on the right side? I'll squeeze those through. Alright, now we need to figure out, what do I nail that first time? Look. We'll keep going though. We shall keep going. Oh, we might. On the last long couple of passes. Alright. Alright, I'm just concentrating on making sure I get this around the right way, not that one. Maybe that one? Not that one. That's enough. Thank you again, Steve. I do appreciate your generosity there with that super chat. Very nice of you. Your olives planted on a Gold Crest Valley. Nice. Olives, eh? For some olive oil shed, or what are you growing olives for? You just felt like growing olives? You like growing olives? That's the thing behind that, right? We're getting closer. I think we've only got one more section to go. That will be our header. Done? Is it only a 3 section header? 1, 2, 3. Alright. Progress! That's an interesting one, because this actually, I didn't even realise that the axle wasn't big enough, so this relies on these to be clipped together. Just normally to not fall apart. And then it'll have the outsides, I suppose, will help it as well. Olive oil for Shears Artisan ships. Alright, let's go and grab an auger wagon. Empty it first. No super strength grabbing a trailer that time. Just put out the mod assistant, and I did get the tanks from your server mods list. You must not be using anhydrous on the farm, but you do have the tanks in the semi-trailer. Ah, okay. There you go. Is there a cultivating bar though? Is there a bar that goes with them? Be the thing you might be missing. Yeah, about 50% of the Zelonka map owned and just in the process of setting up a cow field. I found this map interesting. Nice. Zelonka is a cool map. I like it. I like Polish maps for some reason, and Eastern European maps. I really like and there was a cool one that came out last week or the week before. Which had, what did it have? It had oh goodness, lots of the narrow skinny fields. And I did a series back in the day called the 5-Minute Farmer, which was literally 5 minutes, 5-minute videos, and I did them daily, which was kind of a cool little exercise. And I've been thinking about going back and doing something like that on one of those maps at some stage. It was pretty labour intensive, because obviously you had to try and record or have a video for every single day. And I did a couple of those, one on I can't even remember the name of the map. But anyhow, it was a Polish map, which was really cool, and that was quite popular. And it was the one that, you know, I joke about the fact that, you know, you had a 5-minute bathroom break and you took your phone with you. That's what you could enjoy while you're in the bathroom. Goodness, that's a slow unload on that. Handy for building Lego. Farming's here, I better put the auger in. Don't tell them I've been driving around with it out for the last however long. I have not. I'm lying. Yeah, it was a fun map, and I liked the narrow fields were really good. I did it on Griffin, Indiana too, and that was a little bit more of a labour of love, because I went for big fields and tried to temper that by having some bigger equipment, but it was still quite an investment in time to cover off an episode. Obviously you're only putting 5 minutes of content out, so maybe going back to some small fields and doing something like that could be a bit of fun. Man, I can feel the finish is getting, we're so close to the finish with this. blinking thing. You know what I didn't do? I did not put, I just realised it. Oh, a whole 5 minutes. A whole 5 minutes, share. Hocks is trying to upload it now. It's, if he can figure out somewhere that can host it, it will be out very, very soon. At least that was an easy fix. Not knock our header off on a rock. No more there, so we'll be fine. Back on the wrong way around. Let's rescue that. Thank goodness. And I've jumped straight to this part and not done those parts. Okay. Yeah, hopefully not too far away. And I need one, I need those on each end, okay. Straight onto here. Frustratingly narrow rows now. Ah. Check my messages because I can see Hocks' message now, I think. I'll look tonight if I get a chance. Back at work, so time is limited for the next week. Oh, there we go. Fingers crossed. Mrs. Prof, if he's still there, I just see on Facebook that they had weather conditions over LC1 violated cloud and lightning commit criteria for launch, so standing down from today's mission. So it won't be for a few more days now, I would suggest, because yeah, the weather's meant to be pretty average for the next wee while. So yeah, maybe not tonight. Not tonight. Hey Flavie, how you doing? Had a week of sun, so spring barley drilled and rolled with no drama and some actual dust. Nice one, mate. I'm pleased to hear that for you. It's good. I'm so close to getting this one finished. I just want to keep going. I don't even mind whether I'm farming or not at this stage. Yeah, maybe next time I'll be able to see it. It'll be interesting to see what time it launches next time. Whether it'll be a nighttime launch or what we're going to get. Alright, 2 more of those to go and then we're done on that part. We tried a little bit earlier on the stream. Flabby. You can see the spreaders over there past the combine. Past the tractor, in fact. There's the other one over there. Sitting in the middle of the field. So we have given it a go. Oops, I've still got 2 more to go. Thought I'd finished. But yeah, once I finish this field, we might jump in and maybe do some cultivating with some slurry in here too. Oh, tell me about it. Diesel in New Zealand is just about the same price as petrol now, whereas previously it would have been, I don't know, 70 or 80 cents difference. Because in New Zealand, to get around, obviously, off-road users, like ag and forestry and all of those people, we pay road user charges, which are charged on mileage on the road. So I pay a license, basically. I buy a certain number of kilometres at a time, increments of 1,000. And that's how I pay taxes on road user charges. But having diesel at the same price almost as petrol means well, it feels to me like you're paying a whole lot more. And that having road user charges is actually of no benefit. I don't know, yeah, it's just amazing how much more diesel has increased in price than petrol has. Yeah, it's what did I see today? 3.23 per litre for diesel. I mean, it's still cheaper than coffee. I haven't seen any pigs yet. No, we're gonna go on a hunt. We're gonna go on a hunt and see if we can spot any. Alright, there we go. This end I don't actually care about because it doesn't actually link in with anything. See if I've just jumped the gun doing that. I haven't actually looked what the next thing to do was. That. Yeah, see, I knew I'd do something wrong. Just added up all the field sizes on Gauge. They have 1,656 acres now land. Nice, so that's pretty much job done, isn't it? Thanks for doing that for me, Harper. For the team. Good to know. Is this the piece on? No, it's not the piece on. You don't even think long. This piece. Alright, that's us done with that, so oh, not drop it. I'll just turn it off. So I think that's what you differ though, don't you, Mr. Prof? Because you have, and I think the UK is the same, you use different coloured diesel. So all our diesel is exactly the same in New Zealand. So what goes into my car goes into trucks and tractors and excavators and everything. But we offset that by the road user charge side of things. So I actually do need to make that's around the right way because this doesn't need to go in here if it's not. Let's see, did I get it right? No. Bother. Bother. Alright, let's have a look. Looks about right there. But I'm not right there. There's too many parts to try and coordinate on this. It's too easy to misalign something. Alright, here we go, that's all aligned. That way there, that's aligned like that. That one on there. One up there. That's not quite. You saw DJ chase a boar out of his field. Well, can I imagine what DJ would be like chasing a boar? There we go, got it. Oh, not that one, don't break that. Ooh, look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that. It's a header and it's all put together. Red Diesel's agony construction has to use one, okay. Yes, it's a little bit different between the two countries. Not surprisingly enough. Alright. Holy moly. That goes on that end. Goes on that end. So. Need to kind of wind that on, don't I? What's happening on this end? Can't quite see. Hoorah! Look at that for a milestone. And now, let's see, I turn this PTO on the back, everything turns. Turn it the correct way. Here we go, look at that. Got a spinning header and a spinning auger down underneath it. Yay! It's pretty cool. Alright, this is why I want to keep on going. Still a lot of pieces here though. Can we let's get the what's the time? 5 till. Oh, I promised myself I'd have an early night. Alright. Here we go. Like that there, it's away. Where is our auger? This. Red diesel for farming equipment is supposed to be cheaper than this regular diesel for everything else. Yeah. Usually wait for supercuts, but I wanted to see the DLC at work. I still want to find some boars. I thought we might have seen some. Alright, let's jump out of the way, out of there. Now, if I go and grab this one, run this over into this other field. So for anyone who's just joining and wanted to see the Vredo equipment working, I've got two set up. This is the cultivating one, which will apply. I got that one installed. Did. didn't I edit it in? Bother. So this field doesn't have any fertilizer on it yet, so what we're going to do, jump in here, crank this up. Now if we have a look, we should be getting a little blue stripe there. We are. Find this. So we're getting some slurry put on, which is exactly what we want to see. So this one's the only cultivating one. The others are all injectors, so they don't actually change the field state from whatever it is. So if you were doing it on grass, that would be an appropriate place to use it. But if you wanted to put fertilizer on, put some slurry on and get it cultivated at the same time, this is probably the only way you can do that. Alright, so this goes on this end. So, and it's designed to hold this all in one piece. Good. Almost done with the whole build, I know. Many years ago I remember bending the header reel when I drove into a telegraph pole. We had to find a replacement reel, my man went ballistic. I can imagine that would be quite a frustrating thing to have happen. Right, we've got a warning on there. Oops, in. Perfect. Now the last of our special little pieces. Our last bag piece. There's another one of these silly hoses that do a twist and turn and try and get it in the right spot. Let's see if we can do it this time. Goes into up to there. Down into there. That one's a bit easier to do than the last ones. There we go. So yeah, it goes at a decent clip, decent rate of knots, gets a bit of land covered. There we go. How long do you think it took to make it all? We would be at, oh gosh, I've done it almost every Wednesday night for the past, where are we, we're in March, so since before Christmas. So I'm probably, let's say, a dozen streams, and we might be, I mean, I've spent 2 hours each stream doing it at least, but then not every stream. I'm not sitting down doing it all the time, so you can go back and see when I started building it. I'd be intrigued, Mrs. Prof. You can find that. Alright, so that's that side of the reel all hooked on now. It's not going to go nowhere. Oh, we don't do anything on the other side. Huh, we're done. I thought there might have been something on this end here to hold it in place. What's all those green bits for? Oh, for there. Okay. Alright. Oh. Oh, what did I say? I would finish the header. We actually finished it by 11 o'clock. Let's have a quick look. What's involved in building this? What's involved in building this? It's a bit involved. To be fair, Joel, the green frame was already made. All I've done tonight's the reel, but the actual frame for it was already done. But I have still done quite a bit. 2, 6, 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, definitely one of the bigger kits I've built on stream, but we've built 6, 8. Like I've built a lot. When I think about it now. That's good. I've made it the whole way around without running out of slurry. I thought we might have dried up. Right, so while we're here, let's back up. Oh, I didn't want to do that. We have, that's fine. Press X instead of Z. This one's got a slightly different hose on the front of it. So it's got the blue hose, so that's more appropriate for sucking out of here, whereas the other one's more designed for out of tanks. Like trailer tanks. That's what I was trying to say. The thing is, if I finish it tonight, I'm not actually going to have time for a grand reveal, so I reckon November 11th is the first time you put it on a thumbnail. Oh, look at that. It's been that long. 11/11. So the next question would be to go back and see how many streams I've actually done it in. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do too much more. I'm going to have a good sleep. We're going to come back next week. And we're going to have it ready to finish. And the reason we're going to do it that way, because then I can sort myself out over the next couple of days, over the weekend. And have it all set up so in some way I can have a camera and we can take it to a drive and have a look at how it all works. So we can actually have a play with it. Let's keep it a surprise, Sherry. Let's keep it a surprise. Thanks for finding it out too, Mrs. Appreciate that. Yeah, well, we're getting a nice blue stripe around there from this. That's okay. So yeah, so we'll have the pleasure of finishing off the last few bits. And then take it for a test drive. I might even, you reckon I might even push the tractor out. Maybe get the tractor in. So we can get the tractor and the combine rocking together. Could be kind of cool. Sorry, so someone asked, what was the question? How does this version of Lego compare to the real stuff? Any concerns around quality and fit? The fit's real good, like it's nice and tight. And what they call, there was a real cool documentary on Discovery many years ago about the Lego factory in Denmark. and they talked about their quality control, and they had certain targets they had to, and they actually tested it for friction and how it fitted together and all that sort of stuff, and they had some real scientific backing behind it. And that's always been my concern with this kind of stuff, but so far this has been actually really impressive on that front. Where it's let down is some of the constructability of it. And that's made it a bit flimsy at times. I've been a little disappointed with some of that. But that would be my biggest gripe, is that it's just been a bit wobbly. Bits that fall off and come away kind of easily. But other than that, she's been pretty good. Oops. Plenty of tools available. Yeah, so I've actually got one. I can use Video Ninja. It's actually what I use, and I can set that up to be able to stream with my phone. Yeah, I should have a look and see as well. It's a better one than that because it uses Wi-Fi and it's a bit laggy latency wise, but I might have a look and test that out during the week and see if I can get that working well. Otherwise, if I can take this camera, this one here, down and use that as a remote camera too. What's the last step for? Sorry, what are you talking about for the last step? Just realised all my notifications are broken. The last step in the instructions, it talks a lot, but in here there's a lot about how to set it up. So while we've actually not got much to finish this off, but yeah, it shows you all the different things you need to do to get it running, up and running. So right, have I just done? I've just done that part. I reckon I'm going to put it down. I'm going to put it down there. I will sit here for ages longer, and we'll end up being midnight. And I'll be finishing it, so I think that is a good spot to wrap things up. But yeah, it's been a good stream. I've enjoyed it tonight. My summary in the Vredo pack. I like the Vredo pack. I think it's great. I just think it needed more with it to be a good DLC. And we talked about it on the weekend. If pumps and hoses had come with this, then I think it would have been fantastic. That would have just tipped it over the edge to have all the pumps and hoses stuff brought through for 25 and have this, and then add the Vredo pack into it and just made it like this full-on slurry spreading mega pack. But obviously, being a third-party DLC, that can't have been possible, or there must be a reason it's not done. Anyhow, there's the plane. He's about to go and fly under the bridge. It's worth checking out when you get a chance to play the map. Go and have a look at the plane going under the bridge. Let's just double check. It's there on that. Right, I was just checking to see if Hocks hadn't messaged me to say it was uploaded or anything like that. So, perfect. What is the next build? I've got a little Lego tractor to make, which won't take long. There's a little John Deere logger that I'm going to get, which won't take long. But I also picked up recently a couple of Strautmann, a muck spreader and a self-propelled feed wagon. So think something like something a little bit like this. but a Stroutman version. Something pretty much exactly the same as, yeah, forage mixes. Something pretty much the same as one of these, but again, Stroutman. So, they're not Lego again, but that might be the next build as well. So I've got a few things lined up, ready to go with that. So anyhow, thank you everyone for being here tonight. I do appreciate you tuning in. Can't wait to see you all playing on this map. Hocks has done a great job. The more and more time I spend on it, the more and more I am enjoying it. So I can't wait to see you guys all having it as well. So I have tempered myself for not playing on it any longer, or doing any more videos on it. I've been really wanting to. So just the live streams and just being able to share the Vredo and just some of those things have been fantastic. So everyone enjoy the rest of your week. We'll be live on Sunday. From one of the servers, wherever that is, I don't know. We will be there though. But otherwise, thank you all for being here. I do appreciate you taking the time out of your day. I put that thank you message up on Facebook. I hope you've all seen it, because I am internally grateful for everyone who has been a part of the channel over the last 5 or 6 years. In fact, we're coming up to our 6th year birthday on 10th of April. I think it's 6 years since my first video. So it's been a while, and it's been a fun ride. I've really enjoyed it. And while there's been some ups and downs, and you go through troughs and peaks and all those kind of things, it's just been nice to be here. So looking forward to carrying on for much longer, see how much longer we can go for. But anyhow, thank you all. I'm going to stop rambling and go and get some sleep. Take care, enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.